Hello guys, this is Harshvardhan. Welcome back to my channel Harsha CVS. Guys, until now we have completely discussed about the concept of a DC type voltmeters. Now we are going to study completely about AC type voltmeters. Okay guys, think once, what is a DC? DC is the some signal which do not vary with respect to time. With respect to time, at any point the value of the DC is constant. Then what is about AC? AC is the signal which varies continuously with respect to time. Suppose at here my value is 0, at here my value is a peak value, at here my value is a peak but it's a negative value, such that for a different time instant, if we are having a different values, it is called a AC signal. Okay, now we are going to study about what will happen if these type of signals is applied to my voltmeters. It is called AC voltmeter. Okay, for AC voltmeters we generally use the concept of rectifiers. Rectifier type instrument is generally uses PMMC galvanometer along with the rectifier circuit. To understand this statement, see this diagram carefully. This is a rectifier circuit. Some rectifier circuit I have shown here. For AC voltmeters, a rectifier circuit along with PMMC galvanometer arrangement is made. Okay. Now, silicon diodes are preferred because of low reverse bias current and high forward bias current. Okay. See here. Assume it is a diode. What I have said there, silicon diodes require low reverse bias current. If my reverse bias current is very low and my forward bias current is very high, I can consider my diode is very good condition. Okay, this is the diode which we require because this diode is fulfilling our requirements. Okay, now I will explain the concept of diodes. See, listen carefully. This concept is completely depending upon the remaining topic, so listen carefully. Suppose this is a anode, this is a cathode. Assume the diode as some gun. Okay, it is having a piston here. In general, what will happen? There will be a bullets here. So when piston fires, bullet will go to front. In the same manner, if the anode capacity is high compared to the cathode, current will flow from anode to cathode. This is the possibility. Suppose my cathode has very high capacity compared to anode, what will happen? Current will flow from cathode to anode. This must be avoided. We can't avoid this. So what we can do, this must be reduced. And anode to cathode, this current is called forward bias current. From cathode to anode, this is called a reverse bias current. Okay, so we finally need to reduce the reverse bias current and we need to increase the forward bias current. So what will happen? My current will always flow from anode to cathode in such a manner when here I am applying a high voltage compared to the cathode. Suppose assume I have applied here the voltage of 5. Here I have applied 3. Then what will happen? Anode is greater than cathode? Yes. So current will flow. Suppose here 5, here 3. Anode is less than cathode. Will current flow? Yes. This is a reverse bias current. But when we talk about the ideal diodes, if my cathode voltage is greater than anode, what will happen? There is no flow of current. Okay, it is the concept of a ideal diode. Okay, hope you understand the concept of a diode. Now we will see with a diagram how my AC voltmeters will work really. See, suppose I am having some sinusoidal voltage, right? See carefully, until this point I am having a voltage of a positive value. From this point I am having a voltage of a negative value, right? So see, I will apply the same sinusoidal wave to AC input. What will happen for the first half cycle? Here plus, here minus. It is indicating that my positive voltage is applied to here. Now what will happen? This plus will comes to here and minus will comes to here. Now apply the concept of diode simply. See, for this it is a cathode and it is a anode. Which is high? Anode is high, right? See, compare the two diodes differently. Here we are having plus sign and here we are having minus sign. Now see carefully. For here we are having a 0 voltage. So here anode is greater than cathode. So current will flow. Here 0. Here cathode is having higher than anode. So no current will flow. This current came to here, now came to here. Now what will happen? Now see carefully. Now we are also having some anode, here some cathode. See now see very carefully. Cathode is having a less voltage compared to 0. Compared to 0, minus 3 is less. So 0 is high. So this will conduct. Now this will not conduct because anode is having a negative but cathode is having a positive. So this won't conduct. So what will happen finally? When my current is flowing from here, it will go from this diode and it will reach the galvanometer and it will come from this diode back. This is the concept is applied when my positive half cycle is considered. Now I will apply the same concept for my negative half cycle. See here. So here minus and here plus. Now what will happen? Same, minus here, plus here. As it is a minus, which diode will on? For anode here minus, so no, this diode won't on. Now what will happen? Which diode will on? This diode will on. Okay. See now see carefully here. Now for anode I am having positive, for cathode I am having a positive. Which will on? It will won't on. It will on. So what will happen when positive is given? My current is flowing from here to it is passing through this diode and going to the PMMC galvanometer and coming from this diode from multiplier to AC supply. Okay. See, but listen carefully. When even my polarities are changing at the input, at the output my polarity is not changing. The plus will enter from the plus and a negative will leave the galvanometer. Okay. So what we can say, even my input is changing at the, even my AC input is changing at the input, but at output I am having a constant supply. Okay, constant supply means at output I am having a constant polarities. See this diagram carefully. For the positive half cycle, my PMMC galvanometer will show plus minus. For the negative half cycle also, the same current will flow through my PMMC galvanometer. In such a manner, my current will oscillate through the PMMC galvanometer. Okay. Now, see carefully. Bridge rectifier is producing pulsating DC. It is called a pulsating DC. When it is passed through low pass filter, we will get a constant DC. Okay. First, when AC is passed through a rectifier, what we will get? We will get pulsating DC. When this pulsating is passed through low pass filter, we will get the constant DC. Okay. Now, due to inertia of a PMMC steady state value, see this diagram carefully. This is a PMMC galvanometer, right? As my PMMC needle have a steady state at initially it is at rest. But when I apply the high frequency, suddenly what will happen? Positive cycle, negative cycle, positive cycle, negative cycle. In such a manner, my galvanometer needle shows some deflection, but due to very high frequency, it can't deviate more than certain value. At which value it will deviate means at the average value of this wave, it will deviate. Okay. Due to PMMC, steady state deflection is very proportional to average value. Then we will read some measurement from the meter. Suppose I have read the measurement from the reading is 5.8. Then this 5.8 is really the average value? No. the value which we are reading from the meter is called a RMS value of the input. Okay. Practically, rectifiers are non-linear, particularly at a low value of forward current. Why? We will see now. Suppose we all know that VI characteristics of a diode is this. See, at low voltage and low current, I am having a section which is a non-linear in shape. It means at here my device will show very high deflection of the current even for the small rise in voltage. From here it will show very linear shape of design. Okay. Now from this what we can understand? From this we can understand that we need to implement or we need to design a device such that at initial stages it must have very small values. It means at initially my measurement or my instrument should have a very large values compacted. From here I can have a values far away. Okay, it is indicating this concept. So at this very low voltages my meter should possess a large number of values to indicate. Why? Because for a very small change in the voltage my current will deflect hugely. So I need to take the precaution such that at bottom or at initial positions I need to give the more values. From here, as it is a linear, I will give a values based upon the linear requirements. Okay. Now meter scale should be non-linear. It is a non-linear meter because it is not having a linear shape. It is having a non-linear group here and some values which are at a certain distance from here. This is called a non-linearity. Okay. My meter is low sensitive. If my meter is low sensitive, it can measure the smallest changes that is given in the input. Okay. Meter reading may be an error of 0.5%. This is the maximum error that my meter can produce. If I change my frequency for every 1 kHz, there is a decrease in the error. Okay. If my frequency increase, error will decrease. It is the concept here. Now see. Now we are with the AC voltmeter using half wave rectifier. So initially don't consider this diode. Now what is this circuit? Look carefully. It is a circuit of a DC voltmeter. For the DC voltmeter you are connecting a diode D1. So it will become as a AC voltmeter. How it will become? Now we will see. See, suppose here we are having only one diode. Now I am having a sinusoidal wave. For positive cycle, see, listen carefully. For positive cycle, my diode will conduct. For the negative cycle, my diode is off. Okay. So only half cycle is passed through here. So see, for half cycle, for complete cycle, what is my output? For complete cycle, my output is this. Only half cycle is passed, another half cycle is not passed. Okay. See, this is called a full scale deflection current. What is full scale deflection current? Means the maximum value of current that my meter can measure is called full scale deflection current. For every device there is a concept of sensitivity. How we can measure sensitivity from this diagram? See, sensitivity is defined as sensitivity equal to 1 by full scale deflection current. What is full scale deflection current? 1 milliampere. By this concept we can measure the sensitivity of a device. So sensitivity equal to 1 by IFSD. Sensitivity equal to 1 by IFSD. 1 by 1 milliampere equal to 1K. 1K is my sensitivity. Assume that diode D1 is a ideal diode having a negligible forward bias resistance. If my diode is not ideal, I may have some forward bias resistance. But as I am considering my diode D1 as a ideal, I will neglect the forward resistance. Now see, assume that we are applying a input as a 10V RMS. See, here I am applying the input as a 10 RMS. We know from our childhood Vrms equal to V0 by root 2. Here what is a V0? V0 is a peak value of the current. So obtain the peak value of current from the RMS. V0 equal to Vrms into root 2. Right? V0 equal to Vrms into root 2. So Vrms what? 10. 10 into what is root 2? 1.414. Finally, we are achieving the value of 14.14 volt. Now see, now I am having a peak value. In order to convert the peak value into average value, try to multiply with the factor 0.636. So now what my average value become? Average value equal to peak value. What is the peak value? 14.14. 14.14 into 0.636. I am getting a 8.99 volts. Yes, we are getting a value of 8.99 volts for complete cycle. But my rectifier here is allowing only half cycle, right? So what I will do? Consider only for half cycle. What is my output? Only positive half cycle. For negative half cycle it is 0. So consider only for the positive half cycle. We are having a total for, it is for complete cycle. For only half cycle, what we can do? Divided by 2 simply. What we will get? 4.495 volt. Okay. See, now see this carefully. So I can define my statement like this. For 10 volt DC I am getting 10 volt DC. But for 10 volts AC I am getting only 4.5. Okay, from this we can say that my AC voltmeters are not sensitive as my DC voltmeters. Okay, yes guys, this is the concept of the complete voltmeter using the full wave rectifier and half wave rectifier. In the case of full wave rectifier, we use the rectifier circuit. That rectifier circuit is called bridge rectifier. Okay, but at half wave rectifier we have done nothing. For the DC voltmeter we have connected just a simple diode, so it has become the AC voltmeter. Okay guys, you don't have to worry about the PDF. Every PDF will be shared in this Telegram group. Simply I have given the link in the description. From that link you can join my Telegram. Here go to files, you can access files from here. Okay guys, if you are watching my channel for the first time, please like, share and press the bell icon such that you don't miss any notifications. Okay, thank you guys.